understanding ourselves without judging ourselves. So we naturally fall into the negative parental mindset when we feel like we did something wrong, like we miscalculated or we performed some action or rubbed somebody the wrong way. Oh, why did I react to that person this way? Why didn't I just keep my cool, or why didn't I just, stay reserved, or perhaps why did I respond with the words that I gave? Um, and when we commit to certain actions, certain communications with people, certain exchanges, we're human beings. We're not going to always get it right. If we obsess over all the little things that we did wrong in interactions, then we'll make ourselves crazy. We need to develop a part of ourselves that can see beyond the obsession for doing every little thing wrong. So, a part of not judging ourselves is accepting, okay, I did some exchange, some verbal exchange that I did was flawed. How can I do better next time? Um, that doesn't have to couple with judgment. You don't have to judge yourself for how you did wrong. Perhaps you should say, I need to take note of this because I should never say this thing to that person again because they did not receive my words well, and perhaps I didn't even mean to say them, or I wasn't really thinking about it when I said them. Whatever communication that you have with other people, um, it can be observed and analyzed without a self judgment. So, we need to develop a voice within ourselves, a logical voice. Think of it as a piece of yourself that you break off. We need to develop a voice that says, okay, this is what we did wrong. Um, Either an action, what we did, or how our communication happened, or what we said, whatever action in the world that you did. We need to have a voice inside of us. We need to make that voice happen to where it's just like, yes, we did this wrong. Here's what we can do in the future. Why obsess over our failure when it does us no good to do so? When in the future, we actually have an opportunity to make things right or an opportunity to try again, but to judge ourselves for the simplicity of a moment ill conceived and ill executed is entirely foolish. We should understand that to tear ourselves apart is the worst reaction to anything that we ever did wrong. Because not only will we hurt other people in the future or insult other people, what have you, we will also not improve ourselves. So we need to develop that logical voice within that says, this is what we did wrong, here's what we can do. Let us not lament, let us not obsess over what we did wrong in words or in action. Because if we can't detach ourselves from the regret of a moment or multiple moments, if we can't detach ourselves from that, then it will stick with us. It will tear at us. It will become our constant reality. These moments where we failed. And we can't move beyond that once the reality of regret becomes a constant friend. And if we want to do better, we have to work. We have to work at it. We have to accept what we did, what we said, and conceive of a better way to react in the future, and then react in that way. Be that person. Right the wrongs, even, that we've done in the past. There's not a whole lot of wrongs that I can right myself to people that I've done to in the past. I definitely have my own enemies, though I don't consider them enemies. There's people that consider me enemies. that no matter what I do, no matter what I say, they're not going to like me again, and that's okay. You don't need people that you've wronged or people that hate you for this or that reason to like you. You don't need to feel a debt to them. But you do have a debt to yourself to do better in the future, to understand why you did wrong in the past, what you said that was hurtful in the past, and how you can behave better in the future. The worst example is this might be something that you did that was very wrong. But even that, even any terrible act that you could have done, the best thing that you can do is apologize. Try to figure out how to make it right. But secondary, for yourself, make sure that you understand how that was not an action from your deepest and divine self. And work to a position to where you act more truly to the deepest part of, with and from the deepest part of yourself, rather than going against it, as everyone has in the past. You are an individual. You can make your own choices. You have the right to interpret your life, interpret what you did wrong, said, or acted, and decide how to move forward, how to do better to the world that we live in. Understanding ourselves without judging ourselves. Sometimes people do things that they should judge themselves for. But does it stop them from being productive? Do they accept that they've done something terrible and that they are just terrible? If you just accept that you were terrible because you did something or you said something, then, judging yourself, even in that instance, doesn't lead to acting more correctly towards the world, to the people that you've wronged, or to yourself, not having been the person that you could have been, a better person. In that case, it's better to understand and to act better in the future. There is no place within yourself that cannot be understood. Most people do not understand why they do what they do. It seems like a complete mystery to them. And they'll give excuses, but understandings and reasons, they're shaky at best. Most people do not understand themselves. What we must do as human beings, for the sake of ourselves and everyone else, is to understand ourselves and improve, so that we are a participant in this cosmic community. Even just on our little island of Earth, we are a participant that is trying to be more positive than negative, trying to improve, rather than just reflect all the terrible things that human beings have been in the past. So, understanding ourselves is perhaps less about not judging ourselves than making sure that as a result of the understanding, we can be an effective partner to humanity. At any rate, thank you very much for watching. Hope you found this interesting. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, shoot them down in the comment section below on YouTube. If you want to contact me and you have you want some advice, or you have a desire to talk more about what I covered here, feel free to shoot me a message through Facebook on Facebook Messenger at www.facebook.com/hunter.salazar, HUNTER.SALAZAR. If you shoot me a message there, then as long as you're polite, I'll respond to you. At any rate, thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped, and all of you have a wonderful day.